As we look at the two quarterbacks in this matchup, we have Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan. I see one of these guys making a statement on Thursday night. Both of these quarterbacks have been underwhelming to say the least this season. Both quarterbacks were brought in during the offseason to try to provide a spark for their respective teams. Neither defense really scares me, but I'd have to give the advantage to Wilson in this matchup. The Broncos defense is way better than the Colts. I have Russell Wilson as a start and Matt Ryan as a sit in a matchup to where you see two quarterbacks who are starting slower than expected thus far this season. The hopes for these two veterans is that they have a quick start and come out of this game with a win. As far as the running backs go, let's start with Jonathan Taylor and Naim Heinz. Jonathan Taylor has been struggling out the gate so far this season, and while the Broncos are stellar on the defensive side of the ball, Taylor and Heinz should be heavily involved in the passing game. Being that Taylor was one of the top two taken in every draft this season, there will never be a situation to where I recommend sitting Taylor, even when playing a stud defense. Now on the other hand, we have Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, who have been splitting reps but have been very successful to do so. They should continue their success against the Colts defense, who is nothing close to what they were last season. The Broncos should be able to establish the run and be very successful doing so. I have Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, and Naim Heinz as starts. I have a lot of confidence in all of these players. You should have solid performances from all of these running backs this week. As a group, I would say the running back group has the biggest advantage for Thursday night. Start all of these guys with confidence. Now let's look at the wide receivers in this matchup. Starting on the Colts side, we have Michael Pittman Jr. and Alec Pierce. I don't see either of these wide receivers making a big splash in this matchup. The Broncos defense is pretty good. I do, however, think you need to start your studs, and Michael Pittman Jr. has the talent to go have a good game, considering I see the Colts being down and throwing the ball all over the field. Now we move on to the Broncos wide receivers with Cortland Sutton and Jerry Judy. I absolutely love Cortland Sutton this week, going against a very beatable secondary. Jerry Judy is a type of player who is a boom or bust. He needs that big play just to justify a start. I would rather just play it safe, leave him on my bench if you have a better option at wide receiver. I have Michael Pittman Jr. and Cortland Sutton as starts, and Jerry Judy and Alec Pierce as a sit. Pittman Jr. and Sutton should have a solid game for you this week, and I would look elsewhere when it comes to Judy and Pierce. I see this game as a running back production type of week. This should be a low scoring battle. Start Pittman Jr. and Sutton with the expectation of a solid fantasy performance. Lastly, let's look at the tight end position and talk about Mo Alley-Cox and Albert Okwuegbunam. Neither of these tight ends have me running to my lineups making me want to start them. The only way that they're even halfway decent is that one of them absolutely just falls into the end zone. It's very highly unlikely that one of these tight ends finish in the top 12 this week. Stay away from these guys. I have Mo Alley-Cox as a sit and Albert Okwuegbunam as a sit. These two have zero fantasy relevance and isn't even worthy a bench spot in my opinion. Stay away.